Okay, I'll start off with this. Welcome to Elvenhethen, the Summer Solstice 2017. By star and stone, by the power of the land within and without, by all that's fair and free, Creso, welcome to the rite and celebration of Elvenhethen in the Grove of Inniswife. Before we go into the celebration itself, we are going to spend a few moments in solid prayer and dedication and respect, and also some of our grief to all those that have passed in the previous days at Gendall Tower, at Manchester, at London Bridge, and we're going to give them our prayers of peace in an ancient Buddhist ritual, which is putting our prayers into sacred water, and this water comes from our sacred spring, which is at Scheid, and it has been powered up by the Waking the Dragon quintessence, which is essences from all round the island into a quintessence, so it's very powerful. It is a land energy quintessence. And I would ask you please to put your prayers in silently for all those that even we don't know about yet because they have not been acknowledged, that have passed in that terrible fire, and all those wonderful girls that passed at Manchester and how they were honoured. We feel in our hearts that we need to honour them too. It's in the front of our mind. So I thought we would spend some time to do that, and when all our prayers are in the water, as is in a very ancient Buddhist tradition, and this goes very, very early Buddhist tradition, Zoroastrian tradition, is that those prayers are put to the fire, and the alchemy of steam sends those prayers to our ancestors, to our God, to our goddesses, so that they can help bring those souls into peace in the summer lands. Now, the other thing that I wanted to ask you, because this is to do with our founder member, Maurice Bower, who is the Arch Druid, who is not able to be with us because he's really quite ill. And when I went to see him this morning, I said, oh, you know we're going to film parts of this. And he said, oh, I can see it. I can see it. So I'm asking, with consensus, your permission for Derek to film this so that Maurice will be able to see it. Is that agreeable with everybody?
Yeah.
Thank you. So with the drum, we will bring round this sacred... We'll bring round the sacred water and put your prayers in. If you would like to start over there, John.
Over here.
Over here and walk to the water. Yeah, and I'll go this way. And please take your time, as long as you need.
John. You just take some to say a prayer, yeah?
safe journey. For all those in passage to the summer lands, God bless and keep those ready past and guide those whose journey is now in progress. At this sacred tide, we also ask for blessings of safe journey for all those who passed to the other world in the horrific fire at Grenfell Tower in London, as well as all those who this year have passed by knife, bullet or bomb at the hands of the poor souls who live in fear instead of love. Peaceful journey to you all. We begin the rite and celebration in Innisweith.
Together we stand, with the earth beneath us, with the sky above us, and with the sea around us. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
And so, with each of us now fully present in the moment, we move into the rite and celebration of Alban Heffin, the summer solstice. Alban Heffin means the light of summer, and solstice means sun stands still. Now is the balance point of the year, as the natural world seems to pause as the waxing power of spring and early summer reaches its zenith. The sun is at its height, and the land graces us with abundance. As the goddess crowns the sun god, the king of summer, we stand at the gateway to the waning powers of late summer and autumn. We welcome the Sun Father, who with our Earth Mother brings us the sacred gift of life. And at this time and in this place we open our hearts to the warmth of their love and the love that lives within us all. Is there peace here?
Yes, there is peace here.
May there be peace in the north. May there be peace in the south. May there be peace in the west. And may there be peace in the east. May there be peace in this place and throughout the whole world. Lord and Lady, we ask for your blessings on this our rite and our celebration of Alban Heffin in the grove of Innisweith. Spirit of this circle, spirits of this place, we ask for your blessings, guidance and inspiration in all that we do here, as above, so below. And now I ask you to join me in the Druid prayer for peace, for without peace, no work can be done. Deep within the still centre of my being, may I find peace. Silently within the quiet of the grove, may I share peace. Gently within the greater circle of humankind, may I radiate peace. And now I ask you to join me in saying the Druid vow. We swear by peace and love to stand, heart to heart, hand in hand, Marco Spirit, hear us now, confirming this our sacred vow. And now the Gorset Prayer, also known as the Druid's Prayer. Grant, O Goddess, thy protection, and in protection strength, and in strength understanding, and in understanding knowledge, and in knowledge the knowledge of justice, and in the knowledge of justice the love of it, and in the love of it the love of all existences, and in the love of all existences the love of the Goddess, and all goodness.
So now we move into the Arwen. In the Old Celtic language means inspiration or essence. In Welsh it stands for the poetic muse. In modern Druidry, the Arwen represents the breath of the divine. This breath of the divine is the life essence of the natural world. The breath flows constantly around and through us, and is the source of spiritual strength and illumination, prophetic insight and poetic inspiration. In chanting the Arwen, we seek to connect to the breath of the divine, to achieve balance with it and replenish our energy system. So the Arwen is said in 3 syllables, which is Ar, or, Wen, stretched out. So if you would like to come and join hands in a circle, we will chant the Arwen. It doesn't matter about that.
Angela.
She's got to sleep. Yes.
Come and do the Arwen with us, honey bun, and then you can shade like we'd all. Okay. Take a deep breath in to fill your lungs.
Let all disturbing thoughts be set aside.
Ah,
Oh, have we gone there? No?
Arwen, spirit of inspiration, attend to us.
Right.
The voice of fire of wisdom, voice of the well of inspiration, come into our hearts. Make us aware of every good or ill. O Brigid, guide our right in the way of truth. I ask you to make our hearts clear within us. Arwen, power of inspiration, in this sacred place. Arwen, power of inspiration at this sacred time.
Let all disturbing thoughts be set aside. Circle of our horizon, of our lives and lands, of time and of year, of seasons and of goodness, of birth and of growing, of dying and rebirth. And so the circle of love and of protection is cast. This is sacred time, this is sacred space. Let us all be fully present here and now.
now in the east. If we would face that way, please.
With the
Blessing of the hawk of dawn, soaring in clear, pure sky, I call upon spirits of the east and of air. Hail and welcome.
To the south this way.
With the blessing of the stag,
In the
in
heat
the
of
heat
the
of the
chase,
chase,
and the inner fire of the sun,
I
I call upon the spirits of the south and of fire.
hail and welcome. With the blessing of the salmon and wisdom, who dwells within the sacred waters of the pool,
I call upon the spirits of the west
and
and
the
the
water,
water. Hail and welcome.
with the blessing of the great bear, starry heaven,
And the deep and fruitful earth,
earth.
I call upon the spirits of the north and of earth. Hail and welcome.
feel the energy of the earth flowing up into you. Feel the energy of the sky flowing down into you. Feel truly centred in the space between. And may the harmony of the lands be complete. Within this circle and in the apparent world, I declare the opening of this ceremony of Alban Hefn.
Alban Hefn celebrates the height of the sun's power and the abundance of summer, and are we ever feeling it? Nature is alive, and fields and fruits are growing towards harvest. In the past, midsummer fires were lit for purification, protection, and in the hope that the sun would be kept powerful long enough to ensure a good harvest. People would leap over these fires in the belief that the crops would grow as high as they could jump. Drumming, dancing, singing were common, making this festival a noisy and sociable time, and I'm not going to ask you to jump over the fires. At Alban Hefn, as we honour the apex of light, the sun god is made king of summer through his marriage to the goddess, but as the sun god is crowned as the oak king, god of the waxing year, he falls into his darker aspect, the holly king, god of the waning. So
We are gathered at this place of light in the eye of the sun to celebrate the summer solstice. I proclaim the festival of Alban Hefn, the light of the summer, the greatest of all the festivals of fire. The time of triumph of the green of the land. I proclaim the time of the highest light, the longest day, shortest night, longest light, shortest dark, the world within echoes the world without.
lush foliage, leaves unfurled, soft springy grass dotted with brightly coloured flowers peeping through. The earth is green and bright with warm sunny days, clear velvety blue skies, gentle cool breezes, nature in glory, blessed be. The sun is high above us, shining down upon the land and sea. Great and powerful sun, we honour you this day, and thank you for your gifts. Rahelios, Sol Invictus, Aten, you are known by many names, but you are the light over the crops, the heat that warms the earth, the hope that springs eternal, the bringer of life. We welcome you and we honour you this day, celebrating your light as we begin our journey once more towards the darkness. O Son of the seasons, of you travel the skies on high, with your strong step on the wing of the heights. You are our Father among the stars. You sink down into perilous ocean without harm and without hurt. You rise up on the quiet waves, Summer King in majesty, blessed be.
In these days of greatest light, we stand in celebration. May the sun, that is the inspirer, shine within our hearts. May the power of this moment inspire us here at the apex of the light. And now is a time to consolidate your strengths and clear away negative thoughts and energies. May our lives and hearts be filled with joy, and may our reawakened vision know the true beauty and the passion that is life. May the ancient wisdom of the Druid heritage, that deep source of eternal truth held within our lands and our people, be warmed by the inner light of the sun, whose power on this day we celebrate. Let us together, not forgetting others around the world as well, of course, united by a bond of love, radiate peace and harmony into the world, sending healing to this earth, our home, our mother, for the sake of our children and of all life. So may it be.
So may it be.
So may it be.
So now it's the sharing of the bread and mead, the delightful Druid fluid.
Druid
Esse ithron modor, bletse thestiet on thestior, swawit wan nawa, hunger not thirst. Esse, earth mother, bless this bread and this mead, so we may never hunger or thirst. Pour the mead, raise the cup, drink your share of wisdom deep. Strength and love now fill us up, as the elder ways we keep. Break the bread and scatter some over the earth. And if you could open that, James,
Scotch.
yeah, so if I do the meat and you do the bread.
I'm ready.
Right, do this one-handed.
Okay, John.
May you never hunger.
Thank you, John. You too.
And may you never thirst.
I just take a drink of this.
Yeah. It's mead. Honey. Okay. Blessed be.
Thank you. Blessed be. Honey mead.
And may you never thirst.
we're now at the point for celebration of sharing the Eisteddfod. I'd like to ask anyone who has anything they would like to share in this space, a poem, a reading, a song, a little dance, something like that, to step forward and make their offering. First, I'd just like to read out the Song of Arwen. And for a moment, the world seems quiet before the first rays of dawn, waiting in the darkness like a child in the womb. Then comes the light, flooding like water upon a dry riverbed, spilling like honey. In this golden moment, I surrender. Let Arwen become me. I sing the sweet song of life, and in that song I know the powers of death, for they are both faces of the same coin, and I am that coin. In my secret moments, I taste the one taste that gives rise to all bright knowledge. Tears come like rain, washing away all my sorrows. The ancestors gather around me, my kin of the land. I hear an ancient song, and I yearn for the wisdom that blows golden on the wind. And I die to my old self at the birth of a new day. I am your child, O mighty Sun, mother of all life. Without you, only darkness would consume us. But within your light, the child of awakening I see. Like a mother whose breasts are full, I too sup from the milk and come to taste Arwen that flows like nectar through all things. I am born of the elements. I am awake to the world. And in these moments, I can see beyond the gaze of mankind to another, more eternal vision that illuminates a great knowing. In these moments, I surrender. But what is there to offer when all has been offered? I weep with humility for the pain of the world. In those moments before dawn, a great loneliness befalls me. But who is there to be alone? When the world embraces me like a lover, when I see into the nature of all things, and I fall into a rapture so soft, I lay for a while in reverie. All things have the same taste as I let go of a self I thought I knew well. To be born only to the service of others is the true mystic's path. To love life is to know the way of nature. For a bird that flies free in the clear blue sky knows only truth. Today let me soar with wings eternal. Let me be free of all attachments that tether my mind, and in the very first light that pours golden upon this earth, may I once more be initiated into the ways of truth. Amen.
Arwen.
Our ancestors still walk this land. Our ancestors of way before our forefathers and our forefathers still walk this land. They walk with us. One ancestor particularly has walked with me in the past 10 years. Since the first time I came up to that long stone and put my hand to the stone, I saw her and I saw our people 800 years ago, 1,000 years ago, and it shook me, and I let it go. But she kept on going, and I had more pictures given to me. And these pictures warranted me to start research about a period in history of this island that has been forgotten, has been pushed aside. We know nothing of a very, very, very important ancestors, sacred people, priests and priestesses, and kings and queens that lived here from 200 AD to 686. And it came to 686 because the people, the land grabbers over in Wessex, were getting hungry for more land and more wealth. And that's why they came here under Cadwalla and St. Wilfrid, and they killed everybody here. And those people were called the Wictwara. And the Wictwara came with their sisters and brothers in Kent, the Cantawara, and the Mianwara in the Mian Valley, and they emigrated over here a lot earlier than our history books are telling us. They came here to be agrarians. They came here to grow their wheat, their food, because they came from a land that flooded frequently, that they couldn't grow crops. They were forced to be hunter-gatherers, and they actually wanted more than that for their children. They came here to this island. The point is that that history has been forgotten. There's a big gap, and I want to put that history back. So in the research that I've done over several years, I've come to realise that the Wictwara were very sacred peoples. They were a peaceful peoples. They worshipped the goddess Nerthos, and Nerthos is the first Earth Mother, and she may, and I'm still yet to find this for sure, have occupied a grove here in Britannia, in Britain. And we celebrate her, unbeknownst, every year in May Day, because we have the May Queen. And the May Queen represents Nerthos because she loved her people, her loved humans, and she would come out every year on a carriage drawn by an ox and go round and visit her peoples at Beltane time. And so we're still remembering her but forgetting her. And it's only just very recently that I have come to know that there was a queen on this island that lived with King Arwold at the time of the Great Massacre, and she was the Healer Queen. Now we've heard legends about the Healer Queen. I found out who she is. Her name is Queen Wictfleed, and it means Spirit's Beauty, because Wickland is the real name of this island, and it means land of the spirits, because everybody from Romans to Druids to the Wictwara came here because they realised how powerful this place is. And I want to put that history of the Wictwara back. So in a short little, my book The Wictwara is coming out shortly. Look on Wake the White and you'll find out when. I won't say any more than that. But I want to read out a poem that was written by Mark Francis, who is also very, very specialist guy who knows his stuff. And he did this to King Arwold, which I have read out before. If some people have heard me, then I apologise, but I'm going to do it again, because this is honouring Queen Wictfleed, because she lived and she stood here when the soldiers came, when the soldiers from Wessex came. And I want her remembered, because she's a spirit that walks this land, and she has guided so many people. And how many people here have come to the island wondering why they feel so attracted, as I did. And I went away and travelled the world creating stone circles in places that were in conflict. And I often wondered, why the heck did I do that? Well, my name is Whale. It's ancient Saxon, which stands for wild. And I've only found this out in the last year, and it means guardian of the stones. There is still a family of whales that live out in Titchfield in the Meon Valley. There is still a family of whales that live out in Avebury Trustland by the Avebury Circle. So we didn't die in 686. as they would like to think, and the royal family who could trace their bloodline straight back to Woden, who's the true bloodline, no matter what the Wessex people say, the Wicht people are the true bloodline to Woden, and that's why they killed them. I want to put that back. So, if you'll bear with me while I speak in Old English for respect of our ancestors, and excuse anyone who's proficient, my accent could be well off. Idric sin Aldwod on Gwen Witch Lead, the last Hithon King Fram Witland. Wisi an Mehawer Griffith Alwald und Witch Lead Ligan. Is he in Thet Bloodstan Beru? Begended head bells with a Sophian Berry, a blith corn unkujal. In bosky dales ungedian forestre, unwisian thurthet swigian bengskeru. The wetrion set dios, hunt for his biran, in set ac beros, gethwe gled. Utrisep heridan and Gabriel hund, hebefan set shalkenden, and Thor son upon set stirman, thu ondwel fram, and sex und Thorn. Das Gurias Prengan and Heor Fufa, bekommen Arwald und Gwen Wickfled, et Witzgardeburg. Wisi an Mehes, dereth King Arwald and Gwen Wickfled began, wisi an hit on set strand from Sulphur-Sond. Hier gethoth, Gethothan und Aquellen, wisi an set blessed, and weirdedan with sets Asophian. Elsewhere hit blowan Clementa Giond set Jord. Wisi an me Hedris, King Arwald und Gwetwick Fleg Ligan. Das set blessed blowan und set las floge. His better we on sword steoth in his song. He were Egethothan and Ekwan. Set Wender Wilson Guardian und Sethlegog Thin. Ridan Gelen and set strand. Wisi an me were Dethreps King Arwald Ligan. His Thoriad Forsethor, Stalgund Thet Iad, Hegeseth Migran, und Hithions Willon Flageri, Eligeth Gibrath Fram his Hund, Hewe Gesiwas, Egethus Tan. Blessed King Arwald and Queen Wickfleed, last pagan king of Wickland and Britannia. Tell me, where does Arwald und Wickfled lie? Are they in the bloodstone wood, bending bluebells with a sigh, buried in blackthorn and monkshood, in bosky dells and gathered gloom, a whisper through the silent shade, amongst the hart's horn for his tomb, in Oakwood's peaceful glade? Or do they riding unto Gabriel hounds, high above the Shalcombe downs, on thunder clouds upon the storm, by power of oak and ash and thorn? When squirrels shiver in their fur, comes Arwald and Queen Wickfled to Witzjarrisburg. Tell me, where does King Arwald and Queen Wickfled lie? Was it on the beach of silver sand, where they swore to fight and die? Where the winds answer with a sigh as it blows gently across the land? Tell me, where does King Arwald and Queen Wickfled lie? When the winds blow and the leaves fly, his battle-worn sword ard in his hand, where he swore to fight and die. The storm clouds gather, and seagulls cry, wheeling, screeching on the strand. Tell me, where does King Arwald lie? His thunderous footfalls stalk the land. His allies cheer, and his foes will fly, a lightning flash crashing from his hand, where he swore to fight.
Has anybody else got anything they want to share, or?
Song.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll sing a song.
Good.
This is a song by Seize the Day. It's called Ship in Distress. One star's light shines on all our faces. One planet holds us to her heart. Our mothership, our green oasis in Thailand, Perth. creature by creature, and cell by cell. This web of life was wished and woven to hold the light that we call ourselves. How comes it then that such creations, such miracles as you and I, seem powerless now in our isolation, too numb to act or too dumb to try? 4,000 million years it has taken we flowers of Gaia to grow this far. Must all our ground be shocked and shaken before we'll wake to the world we are? Or can we mend our ways forever before those reckoning times arrive? If we act well and act together, our children's children may yet survive.
Hey.